Thousands of people fired by Donald Trump are getting their jobs back today because of the first round of proverbial fireworks that went off in a California federal courthouse.
I just got the transcript of what happened there, trying all day to get it. Finally got it. I really want to share this with you. The Trump administration has sent a lawyer to defend them in this case in federal court in Northern California, but they are refusing to send any officials from the Trump administration. They are refusing to testify in this case to explain what they have done and to be questioned about it. The basis of this case is that the Trump White House, the Office of Personnel Management, OPM, told federal agencies last month to fire tens of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of government workers. After these instructions, all those people got fired. It really does not seem like that was legal. It has never seemed legal that the White House would have the authority to make such mass firings. But again, they won't send anybody to testify about exactly what they did.
Your Honor, what we have before the court is record evidence that conclusively establishes that OPM directed the terminations at issue. We have a very unusual circumstance where the government has not attempted to factually dispute that. In fact, they have withdrawn the declaration by which they were attempting to dispute that, and there's no record evidence on the other side disputing this fact.
This is from the transcript. The lawyer suing the Trump administration states,
I tend to agree with you on that. The government, I believe, has tried to frustrate the court's ability to get at the truth of what happened here. They have submitted sham declarations, withdrawn them, and then substituted others. That is not the way it works in U.S. District Court. I was expecting an evidentiary hearing today where these people would testify. If the defense wanted to get your people on the stand, I was going to make that happen too. It would be fair. But instead, we have been frustrated. I'd like to hear your views on what relief should be issued today.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are aligned in wanting that to happen as well.
The plaintiffs, representing the fired employees, explained that they are seeking a list of everyone who was fired, as the government has not provided one. They also want a count of the total number of fired employees, and immediate reinstatement for all employees who were fired illegally. Now it's time for the Trump administration lawyer to present their side. The lawyer argues that the only reason these workers were fired was that nobody wanted them and that there were no instructions to fire anyone.
Well, maybe that's why we need an injunction that tells them to rehire them. You refuse to bring in your people for cross-examination because you know the truth would be revealed. This is the U.S. District Court. When you submit declarations, those people should be subject to cross-examination. That is how we determine whether your story is actually true. I have served in this court for over 50 years. I know how we get at the truth, and you are not helping. You are giving me press releases and sham documents. I am getting mad at you, and I shouldn't be.
In a rare move, the judge decides to rule from the bench immediately.
I have heard enough. The judge cites a February 13, 2025, briefing paper from Human Resources Management at the U.S. Forest Service. All federal agencies, including the Department of Agriculture, were notified by OPM to terminate all employees who had not completed their probationary or trial period.
This led to mass firings, including Leandra Bailey, a physical science information specialist in Albuquerque. Despite receiving a fully successful performance review in every category, she was fired using an OPM template letter.
It is a sad day when our government fires good employees and falsely claims it was due to performance. Not only does this prevent them from getting unemployment benefits, but it also damages their future employment prospects.
The court then rules, the temporary restraining order will be extended. The VA must immediately reinstate all probationary employees terminated on February 13th to 14th. OPM's termination directive was unlawful as it had no authority to enforce such actions. Agencies must cease using the OPM-issued termination letter. Further terminations at OPM's direction are strictly prohibited.
OPM has no authority whatsoever to direct or require any agency to fire any employee.
This ruling marks a major setback for the Trump administration's personnel policies. Thousands of employees are now being reinstated. Stay tuned for further updates as this story develops.